Engelbert should aspire to make. When a star player says directly, "We have the worst leadership in the world and you are the leader," your response that you're disheartened.
This might be the most chaotic moment in WNBA history. On live TV, ESPN's Scott Van Pelt didn't just criticize the league. He ended the commissioner's credibility. And now, after shocking footage and new leaks about money and endorsements, Caitlin Clark herself has finally spoken. What she said is sending shockwaves through the entire league, because for the first time ever, Caitlin hinted she might walk away. Hit that like button right now if you stand with Caitlin Clark, because this story changes everything.
Footage has surfaced of Kathy Engelbert counting Caitlin Clark's pockets, and it's looking real spooky about her actually making those comments about Caitlin. Now, we know Caitlin Clark was a multimillionaire in college. Caitlin Clark made more money in college than a lot of these WNBA teams was making in a year, bro.
The WNBA should be celebrating right now. Record-breaking ratings, sold-out arenas. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Buchers, the faces of a new era. But instead of headlines about basketball, the story dominating every network is about leadership failure, greed, and a commissioner who just got exposed live on national TV. This isn't a rumor. It's a collapse.
Rating we have ever had followed one of her games at Iowa. The WNBA has benefited from her presence more than the other way around, even though this year for Caitlin Clark was essentially lost to injury. But it's a league that's at a flashpoint. According to Sportico, franchise valuations have soared. Players want more money and the CBA expires at the end of this month. This was a whole lot more than just a shot across the back.
On ESPN, Scott Van Pelt went viral, not for his usual humor or analysis, but for something far more brutal. He took the WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert to school. Calmly, surgically, and without a single wasted word, Van Pelt said exactly what millions of fans were thinking. Caitlin Clark is not lucky to have the WNBA. The WNBA is lucky to have Caitlin Clark. He pointed to the numbers. Every spike in viewership, every record-breaking broadcast, and all tied to Caitlin. Then he asked the question that silenced the entire studio. If the league's greatest asset feels disrespected by leadership, what does that say about your leadership? And right after that, Van Pelt dropped the moment that started trending worldwide, calling out Engelbert for failing to reach out to legends like Elena Del Don after retirement. You can't even thank your own MVP? That's not leadership. That's neglect. That's when the internet lost it. Fire the commissioner started trending, and fans demanded accountability. Now here's where the story takes a darker turn. New reports suggest Engelbert's behavior might be fueled by money, specifically jealousy and control over endorsement power. According to leaked conversations, Engelbert allegedly said Caitlin Clark should be grateful for the platform the WNBA gave her, that without it, she'd make nothing. Let's pause right there. Caitlin Clark was already a multi-million-dollar brand before the WNBA. Nike, State Farm, Gatorade, Hy-Vee. She had built an empire, a college player making more than most pros. So why would the commissioner say that? Because Caitlin's power scares her. Every deal Caitlin signs, every brand that chooses her instead of the league, weakens Engelbert's control.
Goofy right now, because the homeboy Mike said that this is what I was talking about. What the F are you so worried about Caitlin Clark endorsement money for? Now, Correlation was the one who originally found this. Shout out to Correlation. Let's listen.
Well, let me clarify first, because it's proxy season, right? No CEO, do you just put the base pay in there? You put their bonus, you put their stock options, you put everything. Caitlin has the ability to make up to $500,000 just in WNBA wages this year. So of course they're just looking at a base which is collectively bargained, and actually it's low because she's the number one pick. She'll make a little more than that, but she also has millions and millions of dollars of endorsements.
Pocket watching. Why you counting her endorsements? What do her endorsements got to do with her WNBA salary? That right there shows to look a little spooky for you, Kathy.
It's not just about basketball anymore. It's about money, influence, and who really runs the WNBA. And that's why insiders say Engelbert's tone turned bitter, because she can't control Caitlin's spotlight. The real explosion came when Napheesa Collier, one of the league's most respected stars, leaked what Engelbert said behind closed doors. Players should be grateful. They should be on their knees for the deals I got them. Imagine hearing your commissioner say that. You're out there grinding, bleeding, building the sport, and the leader of your league is telling you to be thankful you even exist.
Someone who I hope has earned the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do. We serve a league that has shown they think championship coaches and Hall of Fame players are dispensable, and that's fine, it's professional sports. But I will not stand quietly by and allow different standards to be applied at the league level.
The league issued a rushed statement defending Collier's integrity, which basically confirmed everything. And at that moment, the commissioner lost the locker room. No player defended her, not one. Lexi Hull, Sophie Cunningham, even coaches, all stood behind Collier. It wasn't just a scandal anymore. It was a revolt. For days, Caitlin Clark said nothing. Not a tweet, not a post, silence. But when she finally spoke, she didn't need to yell. She didn't need drama. She let her words slice through the noise like a blade. When asked about Nafisa's comments, she said, "I have great respect for Fee. She made a lot of valid points."
Wanted to see after Nafisa's comments and what she alleged that Kathy Engelbert had said specifically about you, what your thoughts were on that, and have a follow-up.
Well, I mean, first of all, I have great respect for Fee, and I think she made a lot of very valid points. And I think what people need to understand, we need great leadership in this time across all levels. This is straight up the most important moment in this league's history. This league's been around for 25 plus years, and this is a moment we have to capitalize on. So that's honestly what I would say. I think Fee said it all with what she said, and I think the points she made were very valid.
We need great leadership right now, at all levels. Boom. One calm, powerful statement, and everyone knew exactly what she meant. Caitlin Clark just called out the commissioner, without even saying her name. Then came the question that changed everything. A reporter asked her, "Do you think your endorsements are because of the WNBA platform?" Caitlin smiled, that same confident Iowa smile, and said, "I built my brand before the league. It's how women's sports are evolving. Players are coming in already established." Translation? I don't need you, you need me. And then came the line that left fans speechless. Caitlin Clark hinted she might walk away if things don't change. Sources close to her say she's deeply disappointed in how leadership has handled her treatment, her safety, and now her name being dragged into private conversations. One insider said, if the league can't protect her or respect her, she'll find another way to play. That's terrifying for the WNBA, because Caitlin is the WNBA right now. Losing her would destroy everything they've built. So here's where we stand. Scott Van Pelt exposed the truth on live TV. Nafisa Collier confirmed the money motive. Caitlin Clark just dropped the calmest, deadliest statement of her career. And Kathy Engelbert? She's out of allies, out of excuses, and maybe soon, out of a job. The league has two choices: protect its players or protect its pride. Because if Caitlin Clark walks, the WNBA walks with her. So what do you think? Is it time for a new commissioner? Should Caitlin leave the league for good? Comment "Justice for Clark" below. And if you want the truth mainstream sports media won't say, hit like, subscribe, and turn that bell on. Because this story isn't over